Real news. Honest and fun political talk weekly on the line 90.7 FM. So we are here with a...
Yeah, we have an interesting predicament going on right now. We've been kicked off the air for a few weeks due to some unforeseen circumstances. If you care to explain a little bit to our viewing audience of like 30 people.
Well, yeah. So
hold on. Let me run this by. Anyway, I guess I gotta get something on my chest. First off, my name is Jethto, and I may or may not be a racist. So, I gotta say I'm pretty goddamn disappointed in you, Sean, because you got kicked off the radio for apparently saying some racist stuff, and
it's racial stuff. Apparently.
So, let's roll it.
I posted this meme on Facebook. It was really funny. I think you all saw that like HuffPo and BuzzFeed like fired a bunch of people or laid off a bunch of people. There was a meme that showed like that picture that HuffPo took where it was all women like at the board and they said something like really progressive. They took that picture and then they said 10-year challenge, and then the next picture was just an empty like conference room.
They only got half the story. It was like all white women and like one Asian girl. That was
Oh yeah, it's right. There's like diversity, chink, and it's just all these like white women and one Asian. Yeah. Oh god.
So I don't know where the racial slur is. I was ready to welcome you into the club, and it's not even ready. What the hell?
Well, it's what one might call a double entendre. I don't know if you've ever heard of those.
What the hell is a double entendre? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
So, as you heard in that clip, I had the worst case of luck probably ever, and we were talking about you heard there the BuzzFeed or was it HuffPo photo where they took a selfie and talked about, it said diversity. That was the tweet. It was just a selfie and it said diversity. But the ironic part about it was that it was all white women except for one Asian person. And a fucker that's sitting next to me brought that up. And, look, that's what's funny about it, is that was the irony of it.
That's the first thing you think of when you see that. Oh, diversity.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I was doing in the studio, because it's all audio so you guys can't see anything, when I was in the studio with a particular person that's not here right now, we were, talking about it, and then I mimicked them taking the picture because I said, oh, diversity, ka-chink, like a camera shutter making that sound. Like when you take a picture on your fucking iPhone and
that's what I'm saying.
Sound.
The only thing you're guilty of is not being able to say ka-ching. I mean, that's your only... I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't speak right. You should have taken English more seriously in high school.
I did. I was in AP English.
Well, obviously they didn't teach you well enough.
Well, they didn't. My AP English teacher was kind of a joke. But anyway,
that's okay. People say I don't know English very well either, so we're good.
Especially from where you're from, right?
Exactly.
I hear the schools are bad in your areas.
No, schools are great. All you gotta do is I don't know. Count to 100 and you graduate. Nothing wrong with that.
What happens? But you only have 10 fingers and 10 toes. How do you keep counting up to 100?
You need to stop with all these complex questions, all right?
We're not a match show over here.
All right. I'm gonna roll out. I gotta go drink my own urine because I'm homeless because nobody wants to hire an actual racist. So
see what happens when you drill them with questions? You scare them away.
I'm off.
See ya. Well,
see, you're in good company now. You and the people from Top Gear. You did a fracas. They did a fracas. They said some racist stuff involving Asian
okay,
people.
but I didn't say anything racist. The thing that I said...
Well, neither did they, They just...
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Dictator Phil's back.
Yeah.
Glad you could join us.
Look, it was really weird. Jethro, he wanted to get in on this. Originally, I wasn't going to let him in, but he threatened to throw his urine sifter on me. Yeah, I'm not about that. That's way too early in the day to be traumatized that quickly.
You meet some strange people.
I thought he was a deacon or something because he left his robe over here. Looks very strange.
No, Yeah. No, I don't see anything. He must have took it with him.
Yeah. The coat rack's empty right now,
Yeah.
so I think we're
Good.
good.
All right.
Oh, he's gonna go probably camping right now because he said he was. I mean, it's about cold, but he likes starting fires and roasting marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he must be a carpenter or something.
Yeah, you know, hey.
Anyway, as I was trying to, clear my
Explain how
name.
you're not a racist.
Yeah, can I explain this?
Yeah, what was up with that? Like, yeah, you weren't guilty. The only thing you were guilty of was not
Autism.
being. Well, yeah, that too. But
You're
no,
learning.
Yeah, look.
You're like
The only thing you were guilty of is not being able to say ka-ching, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When I was saying it, I talk in sound effects a lot. Like, if you look at old transmissions, you'll see
Right.
that. But when I was saying it, I kind of didn't emphasize the ka enough, so you can barely hear it. And those that were with me, which was you guys, you didn't. Okay, if I had said the actual word instead of ka-ching, you guys, your eyeballs will burst out of your eyes, being like, "Whoa, you just said that on air," and you would be all like freaking out. But none of that happened, which shows that you guys didn't even interpret it that way. You interpreted it as a sound effect I was trying to make. But everybody else that was listening didn't interpret it that way because of the crazy context, the crazy, like, I know nobody's going to believe me on this except you guys, but just hear me out. It's one of those cases where, like, literally every bad coincidence happened at the same time. Like, we just happened to be talking about an Asian woman, where I just happened to make this sound effect.
See,
It just happened to be for a camera.
See, we're living in an overly sensitive environment now. That's the real problem. It's not. I mean,
It is, but at the same time, like, it's of all the racial slurs that are out there, like, you can't just use the N word like in any other context. But if you say ka-chink or whatever, you could be like a chink in the armor, or that somebody like a sound effect.
It's an onomatopoeia.
Exactly. Or like like the Top Gear instance you mentioned. Where
you better make that. You better make this floor spick and span, okay?
Well, see, like, why are all the Asian racial slurs like names for other things?
That's a good question.
Like this table slanted is chink in the armor. There's when you're playing
slope
golf,
on the
you don't
hill.
want to get the the ball on the slope.
At some point, and the question for me is, at what point does intent?
Well, that's the thing. And
That's the one point. Like words slip out from time to time, and they get taken out. But when does context come into play?
Yeah,
Let's see,
it always comes into play.
I think that's
The
what makes
problem
it worse, because if you do listen to the context.
I know, that was the problem.
Like,
was
it's
the
good to
context.
be there and see it. I mean, you should have had a video camera like
I
that.
know, because I literally in front of you, I went like this to mimic a camera. I don't know if you remember, but I did do that.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's only between you two and the NSA who really saw what happened.
Yeah, so help me out here for once. But the other thing I will say is that, like, I'm always I don't, like, you guys know me. I don't even use that word.
Well, no one does.
I know, that's what I'm
nobody
saying.
does.
When was the last time you heard of someone being like fired for saying that particular word? Like,
I've heard chink in the armor, but I've never heard like somebody actually call somebody that name. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard it. Like, I don't even hear really much of anything anymore. I mean, honestly, maybe I'm not in the right places. Or wrong places for that matter. But
I was in the wrong place.
But
the wrong time.
But it's like, what do you guys think?
Well, see, at least not with like that particular race. Like, yeah, I'll hear people say
Well, you didn't even
N-word
say
a lot.
Chinese. You said Asian person. Remember?
Well,
That's even broader.
Well, yeah, like, how often do you hear any other like Asian racial slurs? Like,
Yeah.
it's just rare. You see, like, if they're Mexican, they'll say certain words. And the black community, they like to go and use certain words in their own music that would be considered racist if you're white.
Well, and that's where intent comes into it. 'Cause, like, if you're reading Huckleberry Finn, you're not intending to be a racist when you say the N-word. It's just what's in the book, because that's what they said at the time. And that's the thing. It's like, it's all about intent. But the problem in my scenario is that it looks bad, even though my intent is not bad. And every time I've said that C word this whole time, I'm not saying in a racist connotation. I'm saying in the chink in the armor sense, in the sound effect sense. I'm not saying it at all in the racial sense. So the short story, though, is that we have been suspended till March. We'll be back on the air. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it's only that long.
Well, see, if all the stuff that we said that day, they choose to get offended over that. That's what really pisses me off.
I know.
There's a lot of really good, wholesome, offensive content.
Yeah, we were being edgy and provocative and fun.
I thought they would have took offense to the Gillette stuff. I thought, like the Cutco stuff.
Yeah, I thought the Cutco shit, when we were shitting on Cutco, I thought that's what got us.
Zoe was on. Like, there was a lot of... We really had some fun with that.
Well, and before I got called in, I was listening to the tape. I didn't even pick up on the C word part. I was just rolling, going, and I was like, oh, it's probably the Cutco part. Oh, maybe the Zoe character we're not allowed to do. It didn't cross my mind because I had never said the word that way. Mm-hmm. And if I did, I would have known. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. You guys would have been like, oh, shit, Sean, you better censor that. Or, oh, shit, I couldn't believe you said that. You guys will know too. Nobody knows except some listeners from, quote, the Asian community. That's what I was told.
I think I know who it is, personally.
Well, they made it sound like it's multiple people, and I'm like, I can't believe, like, we don't. No offense, we're gonna have multiple listeners.
It's probably one person that told their friends, "Hey, this is. Can you believe what they said?" And then they all go as individual people.
Yeah. So I'm not apologizing. By the way, I'm not admitting any guilt because I did nothing wrong.
So you should take them to court, say they're like discriminating against you because of your autism.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't say you have Tourette's.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I actually have to.
There's signs in your speech too.
You're laughing too. Maybe I was wrong about that. I'm just kidding.
It's just
you guys are trying to lynch me. What is this?
Well, there goes again.
There goes again. Yeah.
At least we're not on the radio, so you can't for that. I guess you could ban us.
Well, here's the other thing.
You got streaming, I guess.
Well, like, if anybody that thinks I'm a racist, because I know there's gonna be people out there listening that think I am. First of all, I'm not. And second of all, you've known me for quite a few years. You've gotten to know me pretty well soon. What would you say?
Probably you piss off more racists than you're friends with.
Yeah.
I literally do.
Yeah.
Like, here, I've pissed off some people that are legitimately racist and fight against them actively. But no, I'm the racist.
It's all preposterous. We piss everyone off here equally.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We don't discriminate on who we piss off. Yeah, I didn't want to start on this note, but we had to clear the elephant in the room out. But
well, see, now we're on YouTube.
Just in case the people are listening to this, like, why is the quality so down?
Yeah,
it's probably better with this.
I don't
know. Those mics in there are like $1,000 professional mics.
Yeah, but
it's still pretty damn
good. It's going through the radio though.
That's true. It does get compressed big time.
So why do they spend like $1,000 if they're just going to compress it to make it sound like less than this?
It's not good. I guarantee you, it still sounds better because those are like made for radio mics. This is like poor people's.
We'll get back. This is the first episode in this environment. So we'll see how it goes and we'll improve as necessary.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know,
Real News Uncensored is back.
The main thing is we're here to give you news. And have a good time. That's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
We're not going to let it stop us.
No.
And I don't blame the station. I want to put that clear because I talked with them. They were in a bad spot and they had to do what they had to do. I understand. So I don't want to shit talk them in any way.
Why'd they suspend you for that long? They could have just been like, okay, take a couple weeks off. Why'd they choose that length of time?
I don't know, to be honest with you. But I know the guys. Like, they're good
someone's
people.
Out to get you, I think.
I'll hold my reservations on that one.
Well, we can talk about it next time on air too. I mean, spicy, but you know, we'll get past. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. It's just when it happened, I was more pissed than anything.
Well, like, see,
because
you don't want to be racist in these times because you do that, they're like, oh, who knows what if the school has that information.
I don't know if they do, but I don't think they do. But
well, you don't know. Like, 20 years from now, you go run for president, and then boom, they're like, oh, he's saying racist stuff on the air, like. You don't want to have that stuff, and it's BS they threw that on you because, you know, how do you know that you knew what that word was?
I know. That's the problem. Is like, look, anybody that knows me knows what I'm really like. I'm pretty honest and straight with people, so you know I'm not racist. But then that's the problem I'm trying to tell you guys is that it does, like, nobody believes me except you guys. Everybody outside of it doesn't believe me.
And people in my head.
Yeah. It's just, you know, like you said, that's the problem with today is that we live in a time of social media where everything's out there. That when you try to do anything important, like, they can dig up so much fucking dirt on you so easily. You know, even if it's not legitimate. I mean, we're going to be talking about dirt that was dug up recently, in a bit, but it's just, it's just crazy shit. Is there anything else you guys want to say on this?
No, I'm sorry for you, man, but look at the advantages. We don't have to go and deal with the commercials. We don't have to deal with not saying fuck. You can say whatever bad words you want, right? With a couple exceptions, obviously.
Yeah,
and this is great. Honestly, this is great material. We got some great material from here on out.
We can talk shit on Cutco over here. And
we can.
Yeah.
And we will.
Might as well. We're here. Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah, so, well, we might talk about this again next time if there are any more developments, but I'm just going to reiterate that I did nothing wrong. I don't want anybody to think the wrong way of me, and we'll get through it. It's not that it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it could have been far worse. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get past it. I've been framed. I have.
You feel like Roger Rabbit, don't you?
Yeah. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Now, who framed Cheong? Oh, I do want to know who. But anyway, speaking of this type of material, the New York Times had this absolutely just stupid article I read in the paper. I didn't believe my eyes when I saw it, and I looked it up online too, and sure enough, they didn't update or change anything. They said in an article that Mary Poppins has a problematic relationship with Blackface. And the picture they showed was of her with soot on her face. I'm like, okay, it's gotta be like a troll, it's gotta be a joke. And I go on, and I read the article, and they're literally claiming that in the scene in Mary Poppins, when she goes up the chimney and gets soot on her face, and then she opens up a mirror and kind of just, touches it up and doesn't wipe it off as a comic joke. They said that she has blackface. Are you fucking kidding me? How stupid are these people?
So you can't get dirty anymore if you're white.
Well, what? Hey,
so white people should be working.
If this is in trouble, okay. So if Mary Poppins is in trouble, then 101 Dalmatians should be in trouble too.
Ooh.
They rubbed themselves in soot.
So they
to mask themselves. So hey, well, what about those Dalmatians doing blackface to run away from Cruella de Vil, right?
Yeah, dog blackface.
Hey, you can't do one without the other, right? Equal treatment, right?
Yeah, I know.
By the way, this weekend I was watching the movie Revenge of the Nerds, right? Is it me, or is that movie now probably seriously fucked up? Like, you look at the storyline and what they were doing. They were drilling holes into the sorority house and spying on them. The main character, the main nerd, was like, he wore the mask of somebody else and was having sex with one of the sorority girls. Like, no, like if Revenge of the Nerds happened today, they're all going to jail.
I haven't seen that movie, but it sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah, see that library at the wash up later.
Oh yeah, we do.
It's not even just that movie though. It's like everything. Like what was it? Friends. They try to millennials are watching that now. It's on Netflix, and they're getting offended because they say make gay jokes.
Yeah.
You see Euro Trip. That would be way on our view today.
Oh yeah.
They see what's it?
And the messed up part is, I watched it on mainstream radio, and it's owned by the same companies. The channels are owned by the same company, the NBC Universal. It's like, so basically they're saying, Trump's a racist. All these Republicans are racist, and no. Now coming up next, Revenge of the Nerds. Like, okay, yeah. Thanks for sending completely mixed messages.
Any movie made 20 years or long ago that's not like a kid's movie, it's going to be considered racist. Like, what was it, like Blazing Saddles? There's no way in hell that would be able to be aired anytime in the next 50 years. There's a bunch of racists.
They never made that.
If I was saying the N-word, they had Hitler jokes in there that you get sent to jail if you're in England. They had what's that other
one
movie?
Of the main characters came out of the cave or whatever. He's like, hey, where are all the white women at?
I remember that. Oh shit! What was that other movie too? The Monty Python, The Life of Brian. They had the one guy who's like, I want to be a woman. And that was like a big meme on Facebook. I saw that movie, and they say some Jewish slurs that would not be able to get by today.
Man.
They had a bunch of
Faulty
shit.
Towers too.
Oh my god,
Remember
that
that?
one scene of that would not be able to be played.
No.
What was that?
Well, even in Alf in the 80s where he dresses up as a woman, I saw that episode recently. I was like, wow, he's ahead of his time.
Oh, geez, Looney Tunes. Like, look how much blackface Bugs Bunny had when he got shot, or like a Daffy Duck when he got shot with the Elmer Fudd shotgun and he got the powder burns. Like, boom, that would be completely and that's not even the racist ones. They did have racist ones, but that wasn't them. But like, just every single media that was like made 20 years or more ago, like Euro Trip.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting racism.
Have you ever seen like the new Looney Tunes? It's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like they don't even do the violence. Like it's cartoon fucking violence. Like who's gonna go and like hit someone in the face with like a sledgehammer? Like an anvil. Like I guess a shotgun stuff. You know, you might.
I could understand not using guns.
But no, it's funny. Like no one's gonna do that. Like I mean,
Yeah,
they
you
are,
know
but
it's
it's not because
preposterous.
Bugs Bunny's doing that shit. Like, it's just so.
And when they
stupid.
tried to lift an anvil, like it's not gonna happen.
Well, do you see what cartoons kids are seeing now? It's just this like stupid junk. It's like Chowder, and he just does something just random. Oh wow, look at this! Or
Oh yeah, that show's disgusting.
what was that other show with like the crystals and shit?
What?
No, it's a kid show. It has like the crystal lesbians who have sex on the.
Is this Big Mouth?
No, not Big Mouth. No, it's a show. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Cartoon Network, but they have lesbian like alien. It's
Look
the
this shit up.
craziest
Well,
shit.
they had the well, I know they had something, the ambiguously gay duo or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That.
Like the
That
crystal
was kind of
lesbians.
along that line too.
Cartoon Network, look, Crystal Lesbians. It's a show, and it makes no sense. It's like a yes,
Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. That's the most fucked up show, and that's okay. They have lesbians. They simulate sex. They have little children involved with that because the boy, they make fusion this like sexual innuendo, and then he's like fusing with all these like lesbians, and then he's like fusing with this like little Indian girl in there, and they're like 10, and they're showing this on Cartoon Network, and that's okay. And the person who wrote for this was the renowned, they're making cartoon child pornography with Ed and Eddie porn. And that's the person who started writing for this. Like, and this is being shown to our kids. This is complete, like, lesbian propaganda, and that's okay. I just don't think we should have sex with, like, in cartoons and shut the kids. I'd rather have them see Bugs Bunny get his, like, face blasted off.
Or even then, can you have a clean standard? Like, can you have a clean... If you decide, hey, I don't want to do this or I don't want to play this, great. But can you please have like a clear and equal standard when you do this? Like you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna let one thing go, and then we're just gonna cut one thing out. I wonder if there's any I don't know, allegiances in play here. Like some people, this dude's a Republican, so we're gonna dox him. Or the Democrat, they're going to use it's okay. I mean, she's a Democrat. She can be as racist as she wants to be. Like,
oh yeah, there's always a double standard.
That brings us to the next.
Yeah. So because I mean, look at it. Like, look at Harvard, right? You have the beacon. Like Harvard is like the beacon of liberal and progressive thought, right? But they're racist. Their whole admissions process goes against Asians.
Yeah.
Like literally,
They're doing too good.
Yeah.
Socialism for you. When a certain group of people do too well, except for a certain group of people, they can do as well.
See, I would never do that to Asians.
Yeah, you do
And I'm framed here as the racist here.
Well, you actually had an interesting experience. So you went to go and try a food from a different culture.
That's right. So
I was helping fight the racism.
keeping Asians,
digest it down.
Keeping Asians who work their ass off trying to get into Harvard, right? That's cool. But Sean saying
the C word.
By accident.
By accident.
By accident. So
I will get an accidental discharge.
It was,
but don't have that other sort of activities. But yeah, so wait, what was I going to say?
Talking about your
the Indian food experience. Yeah, we went. I had Indian food for the first time, for multiple reasons that we won't fully say on here.
That was your first buffet too.
Yes, it was. It was my first buffet. It was other than the dining hall buffets.
Well, that's not a real buffet. That's just shit. Well, it's actually not that bad. It kind of reminds me of like high school, except for like you expected to eat this like even on the weekends.
Right.
Deal with that.
I went to a Indian restaurant in D.C. and you know how like I guess both of y'all went to Indian restaurants. You know how a lot of the Indian places you go to are like mom and pop shops.
That's
They use they use old school jewelry or not jewelry, cutlery and all that.
Not Cutco.
Yeah. This place called Rasika. They better give me royalties for advertising for them. But Rasika in DC, I was told to go there by this girl that I was dating at the time, and I was just blown away. It was like I never thought that I would ever see a 5-star Indian restaurant. You walk into the place first, you got to get a reservation that day, or you're probably not getting in.
Wow.
And then you walk in. There's glass opening doors like you're walking in an airline, right?
Holy shit.
And people in people in suits and nice clothing try to sit you down, and the food was just absolutely fantastic.
Now, was that a standard food, or is this like a buffet style, or like?
Oh, it's standard. It was a standard restaurant. I mean,
Okay.
It's a high-end restaurant.
It's like the Ruth Chris of like Indian food, basically.
It was pretty. Yeah. It was pretty. I would say yeah. Ruth Chris was probably, but it's like everything was so nice.
You ever been to Ruth Chris?
Oh yeah.
Oh geez, I remember last time I went there, it was pissing me off. People brought their like little babies in with them, and this one girl had this shit on her phone. And it looked like a spotlight. There was so much freaking lights on it, and I was like, we're paying like $1,000 for a family to go eat out here. Then you're pulling this shit over. They gave you like the fancy knives in the little boxes. I'm like,
not Cutco.
It's not Cutco. No, it was good quality. Could have been Cutco. Probably wasn't.
Wait, no. Cutco's not good quality though.
That's true.
It's just expensive.
It was probably cheaper than Cutco though. Whatever they gave us, because Cutco's a fucking ripoff. like you ever see the prices on there? Like I was in a Facebook argument with a certain gentleman, and then he was like, "Oh, I got these like inner city kids to sell this shit." Like, I sell to poor people. Like, how the fuck do what poor person is going to need a $50, kitchen knife?
Or a $200 bread knife.
Yeah, or like a $50 ladle. What, like, poor people don't have the money for this. Like,
they're not buying knives.
They're not going to need a steak knife for like anything, because they don't eat steak. Like, well, some of them do, but they're not going to spend that much money on that.
And if I have the money, am I really going to invest in that garbage?
No, it's not even a good knife. It's not that good. I was on Amazon. I found like a cheaper knife that looked a lot better, but it doesn't have the Cutco's like quality thing where you can send it back to them to sharpen it. But you have to read the fine print on that stuff, because like I think that will still charge you like shipping and handling or something. I think I'm looking at the fine print because I don't want them to go and sue us.
It's like the tattoo artist on The Hangover. Hey, no refunds, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's like I think it was like third day you could send it back guaranteed, but then like they want you to buy the sharpener too, which is probably like $50 for a knife sharpener. And then, like, if you send back for sharpening, they'll charge you, like, I think $13 or, like, up to, and, like, if you had a problem with it, it's, like, up to half the price of the knife. So, if it was a regular, like, knife or spoon, you'd be like, oh, well, that's not too bad. But then when you're paying you're paying $25 to get a new knife or spoon. Yeah, no, I'd have a problem with that. That's just their cheapo ones. You buy, like, an actual steak knife, that's probably, you're paying $150 to send it back. If it's broken after whatever they determine is inappropriate use, which I've seen customer reports, they weren't too happy with it. And that company's been sued by, like, I think multiple states.
Oh, really?
Like, if you look at the Cutco lawsuits.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. They've been sued for pyramid scheming, bad marketing practices.
Oh, but apparently it's not pyramid scheme, it's multi-level marketing, which is totally different. It's totally different. Totally not pyramid scheme. It's slightly different. It's like an extra step. It's a legal way to go and do pyramid schemes.
Yeah, and I like how our one gentleman friend was saying, and he literally said that selling Cutco, having interstate kids selling Cutco brought him out of poverty. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Cutco's not bringing people out of poverty.
And this, just for like reference, this guy is like filthy fucking rich.
Oh yeah, he signed to his rich ass friends.
His family is the type of people who would actually have the money to go and buy this shit. Like the regular Joe's not going to spend this much money on a fucking steak knife. They're not. I've never spent more than like $20 on a kitchen like a knife, and their pots are even like more preposterous. They're paying like I think $3 to God knows how much money.
They're fucking garden pruners, like the handheld pruners, was like $300, and then I checked online for like Fisker ones, which are good. We've used them for quite a few years. They're like the most expensive was like 30. It was more like $20.
It's ridiculous.
It's like those jerk off politicians that are saying, "Oh, we're opening this casino and it's going to bring in multiple jobs." Like, have you ever stayed outside of a casino? Have you ever traveled outside of a casino and seen the rabid poverty and like, it's just terrible.
You know what? In Pittsburgh, they do have I don't know if you've ever been there. They have 3 Rivers over there. They have a hacking conference. You got to smoke in the building, so I liked it.
Yeah,
but, and that's what pisses me off. Like, what buildings can you even smoke in anymore? Like, half the bars you can't even smoke. That pisses me off.
I love that.
No, well, you don't even go to bars. Why does it matter for you?
Oh my God! Yeah.
No, I meant for restaurants.
Yeah, you're going.
Because when you're in a restaurant and you're minding your own business and you have all this smoke coming in,
well, they go into the non-smoker section.
Well, they should have that.
Most of them, they were required to before they banned it.
Yeah,
like,
but some of them were shit, and it was
well,
like...
then don't go there restaurant.
Go to 7-Eleven and just get yourself a bottle of milk like you always do.
Like, that just pisses me off. If I want to go to a restaurant that's like smoking, I should be able to go and do that.
Well, it's a private company; they can do whatever they want.
But they can't. They're not allowed to. State law says they can't because Governor Wolf's a piece of shit, and so's the one who enacted that stuff. Like Governor Wolf pisses me off for a bunch of reasons.
Yeah, me too.
And
but I just want to clarify:
Democratic politicians pissing you off.
Wow.
Fuck that one. Damn, we're heading into new territory here.
Yeah, that's what you get for News Uncensored.
Let's scroll down and see how much.
I wanted to just clarify so we don't get sued that the pruners are $141, not $300.
Well, that looks like one could buy from Walmart.
Sounds like such a reasonable deal.
It is.
Look at the potato peeler, $42. What are you buying? Plastic and like a little sliver of.
A can opener is $60.
It's not even. It's a manual one too. It's not like an automatic one. I bought automatic ones.
They're cheaper. They're half that.
Like a fucking scissors, like a fucking like safety scissors, like regular scissors you'd buy at Walmart.
It's the tiny kid
or
one.
Staples for like $5.
It's not even the big one. Oh, yeah, look at that. They're small.
What's that? It's like another butter knife. Oh, the cheese cutter. That's like the most strangest cheese cutter I've seen. That looks like something out of like, that does look cool. That looks like something you've seen like Halo. Like, see the fucking arbiter pull out like this cheese cutter. Like I'm gonna go and like cut your face.
Oh god!
Oh my god! The box, the tool holder, aka a box you can make in woodshop class, for $54.
I think there's a more expensive one.
Oh no, they had like $300 ones.
Yeah, they did.
They just had more holes.
This is a real garbage company. Bernie Madoff has screwed over less people than this company.
Have you ever been to Snap-on? Have you ever seen Snap-on's website?
The tools company.
Oh, they go right up with this.
They go right.
Yeah, but they at least make good tools.
Well,
let's be legit here.
I found what would we do the other day was the toolbox was worth more than like a cheap house.
Yeah, how much?
I think I got to like over $70,000 for a toolbox.
This is a big toolbox,
It was a big toolbox, but I don't think it's worth more than like a cheap Porsche. It's not that good.
Wait, let me find the expensive storage ones. Oh, here we
here's there $150 for
here we
block
fucking
with a couple holes in it.
No, it gets better. $380.
32 Is there even 32 slots in that picture?
Oh,
1, 2,
yeah. Oh, they're down here. That's where we're getting the big numbers. But still, it's a piece of fucking wood.
There's a piece of plastic in there, I think.
Oh, that's where the money's at.
Yep, there you go.
What the hell are you going to do with
It's
that?
oak. It's oak, though.
I don't care if it's oak. It's not like for that shit price, it should be mahogany.
it should be like fucking redwood trees. It should be like redwood.
It's oak and oak. That's all you get the options for. Like, who buys that shit?
It's an excellent block. I bought this for my husband as a base. Then I plan to buy 1 or 2 pieces each birthday or Christmas until it's full someday. Excellent quality.
If got
good
me like
solid
a fucking block, like a $300 block of wood for Christmas, I'd throw in the fucking fire pit. Like,
it's almost $400.
Fucking money,
dude. Plus shipping and handling and tax are at $400.
Oh god, it says shipping included.
Oh, sorry. Whoa.
Well,
big savings.
If you go to your knife guy, you can probably get it for cheaper.
Oh yeah,
like,
true.
Who has a fucking knife guy? It's like, I got the fucking tool guy over here. Now it's a knife guy.
They don't have a milkman anymore.
Take it easy. I got my knife guy here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Okay, Uncle Tony.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Click the outdoor one. Click the outdoor. They have like a K-bar for like $200.
A K-bar?
Yeah, you can buy them from like the Marines website for I think $60.
I always sort by price from high to low.
There we go. $205 for
$210 for a fucking K-bar.
I found shit on the BUDK catalog, same fucking K bar for like less than half that price. That's like another brand.
What the fuck is this?
What is that?
What is that?
Golf Mate. You have to go and show the pictures.
It's $60.
Is that like a Is
that do they carve your golf ball?
No, this is like a fucking Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
A $60 Swiss Army knife. It's not even engraved.
It's a 2-in-1 pocket knife which features a stainless steel. At least I got stainless steel.
Spatula spreader. $72 for that.
What? Must be $10.
Oh my god!
What even do you do this? Makes a great gift. It's even engraved.
A full fucking Swiss Army knife. You can only do 2 things. So this is like the retarded brother of the Swiss Army knife.
It is. Oh god, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's special needs people aren't even they can do a lot more than this knife could. They can do a lot more than this company could probably.
Wow. Oh, and I love when the reviews, like, it's always positive reviews from, like, these accounts with one name and then some numbers.
I wonder if it's like an employee or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you'll see, like, some have funny names,
and then the negative ones will have, like, no reliability.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, yeah, I think we did a video on this.
Or some computer farm in Malaysia or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
emails Cheong.
Yeah, speaking of Malaysia, I don't know. Well, do we even talk about the other thing we're going to talk about? I think we kind of went on a sidetrack.
We did go on a sidetrack, but we'll also mention that the crazy Blackface case also was from the Arizona Central, which is like a USA Today paper. So the quote, this was their headline, quote, Phoenix restaurant says, "This is a photo of coal miners, but I see offensive blackface."
Well, I bet those coal miners find you like offendedness offensive.
They are black.
Think of what their lungs must look like. They have to deal with that shit, and then they hear little pansies like you complain and think it's racist, so they like break their backs for like shitty money. Yeah, if a coal miner saw that guy, he'd probably punch him in the face.
It's like, how dare you dig up coal, you racist piece of shit.
Yeah, it's just really bad. But I guess we gotta talk about this guy.
Oh yeah, speaking of blackface and racism, we have Virginia Governor Ralph Northam was discovered as being he had like a picture in a yearbook with
Look at the date of the yearbook too.
In 1984. Was that the same one as Kavanaugh?
Ooh, I don't know if it's the same year. That year was bad for many reasons, but there was a picture like on his page which had his name and his like class photo, and then it showed a picture next to like at a party of somebody, we don't know who yet, in blackface and somebody in a KKK outfit. Now, we're all throwing around those accusations of racism right now, especially with recent developments. But then you have this fucker do this. While people are complaining about Kavanaugh liking beer, and he's not resigning. He says he's not going to resign. He says it wasn't him in the photo. And, it just shows, obviously, the double standard. But also, what was very funny was when CNN did this on Anderson Cooper's show, and they have their graphics up about him, they put his name there. And next to the name on the graphics, they always put their political affiliation. So it'll be like an R in parentheses or a D. They put an R next to this guy's name, even though he is a well-known Democrat.
Well, see, maybe they meant R for racist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's a capital R, so it must be...
They got confused since in their minds only Republicans can be racist. Not like...
Well, yeah, that's
not
what
like
it
Hillary
is.
Clinton would ever be like friends with Grand Dragon and the Ku Klux Klan.
Even though Trump was friends with Rosa Parks, but we're not going to mention that, right? But this shows their confirmation bias now creating fake news. They go, ooh, racist, must be a Republican. Oh, shit. No. And that's what you get. So it's more fake news.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
More
like
bullshit.
even with Trump, was Trump really a racist back when he was a Democrat or an independent? When he had all these rap songs written with him in it, he's giving all this money to all the NAACP and all that. Was he a racist then? He had pictures of all these,
Muhammad Ali.
It's like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
But when he runs as a Republican, bam.
I know he's a racist. Well, see, what pisses me off about today's day and age is we try to judge everything from 10, 20, 30, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
By today's standards.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck what you did back then? Like, they're like, oh, Julius Caesar was a racist or something, or he's this or that, or like Abraham Lincoln did this or that, or
Thomas
whatever.
Jefferson had slaves.
Oh, like
You know he
George
fought
Washington's a
together.
racist. That's why we need to go and ban the American flag. That's why the American flag's racist. That's why everything by today's standards would be considered shit. And probably today, by 20, 500 years from now, they're gonna be like, oh, these people ate meat. They killed plants. Like, how offensive is that? When they're gonna be offended by like killing plants, by eating a salad, like even the vegans will be like offensive to people. Like, imagine that, like 500 years from now, they'll be like, oh, these people are evil.
Yeah, they didn't go far enough.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with these people is that you can never go far enough. And I know what, it's like a lot of people get into circumstances like Trump, where remember that interview he did when he didn't directly condemn David Duke endorsing him, even though he'd done it days before, but he said, oh, the earpiece was bad. But nobody believed him.
Oh yeah, then,
I know what that feels like now.
Well, then,
he
said, I'll blame, both sides said bad. Like, what's wrong with blaming
Well, and
on both sides?
Well, yeah, he was being factual.
Antifa was bad. Like, they did a lot of bad things. So did the other side. But the Antifa were the ones who didn't even have the permit over there.
Yeah.
Like, both sides did bad shit. Some of them, it's easy to go and say, oh, these people are evil and the Antifa people are angels over there. Like, yeah, they both did bad shit.
But what I'm saying is, like, when you get slandered with something like Trump does, and he's desperately trying to get you to believe him, like, when you get into that situation like I have now, where the truth of the matter, but nobody else will believe you, it gives you a lot more sympathy for other people when they're going through the same thing. Because you know what it's like.
Well, see?
Like,
it's false accusations.
Kavanaugh.
So Kavanaugh feels like I had someone in
yeah,
high
Kavanaugh's
school.
another thing I thought. I got Kavanaugh.
Well, I had someone in high school. He bit himself in the lip. Said I punched him in the face, and I felt like shit. I was like, I physically couldn't have been there because our classes were on two opposite sides of the building. So eventually,
Oh my god.
he recanted it, but still, I was like, you're gonna get me in trouble for something I didn't even do. I never got in trouble for violence in high school, but then they want to say I do that stuff now. Like, some kid stabbed me in the nipple. Like, I never. The only time I had
You got stabbed in the nipple?
Yeah. Okay, so there was this kid. He kept banging his pencil on the desk, and it was pissing me off. So I took the pencil and I threw it across. I threw it in the back of the classroom. He comes up and stabs me in the nipple, and I was like, okay, you shouldn't have done that. So then I took his books and I hid it throughout the room while he was watching the movie in health class. I called down to the office, and they're like, we heard you were bullying Mr. So-and-so.
Bullying.
Oh, well, and I was like, oh, you know what? He stabbed me in the nipple. I have evidence. And there was a welt on my nipple from the stabbing with the pencil.
You could have done that yourself.
Yeah.
You could have done that to yourself.
They shut up about me at that point. And then that kid got kicked out, I think, because he said some racist word.
Ooh.
And he also, he was ripping his, skin off his hand to be edgy and cool. It's like I'm cutting myself. He's really erasing his hand.
Self-mutilator, man.
Yeah.
That was middle school for you, though, That's what the kids did. They cut themselves, and they'd be like, oh, I'm so hard, I can cut myself, and now I feel the pain because my soul feels the pain. I'm a fucking emo. That's what I do for fun.
I cut myself because life is pain.
I hated emo. I just hate that, emo stuff. I'm so glad.
You notice it's not a thing anymore?
Well,
Or has it changed?
Well,
are they furries now?
No, I think they're trans people now because it's not just cool. No, I think it really became an evolution.
This just in. Emos are now trans people now.
Oh, no,
Emos are now trannies.
Well, it's oh, I hate myself. Oh, I hate myself. I hate my gender. So I'm going to change my gender. It's the same kind of thing, but back then they would just be emos, and now it's see, if Kurt Cobain was still alive, he'd probably be trans. Think about that.
Was he really an emo though?
Yeah. Kinda.
He was an edgelord.
He was just he was I don't know. He was kind of definitely depressed and
suicidal,
doing some sort of drugs of some kind.
Yeah.
And I get people and they go and dye their hair a bunch of different colors like emos, and sometimes they did, and they go and get their piercings.
Speaking of a particular person that dyed his hair and went trans, you know who I'm thinking of? I saw him yesterday, and I was just or her or whatever, but I saw it, and I was like, oh my god. I genuinely feel sorry for these people now because I realize just how they are mutilating their bodies. Even when they don't chop their dick off or put a dick on, they're mutilating their bodies still with what they're doing with their appearances.
What's really if you wear a dress or something, I could care less. But like,
yeah, I don't care.
My problem is when they do it with the kids. Like they
Yeah.
go and like, that was like they had two lesbian women who I think they were actually straight at the beginning, but then one of them got sex change, or they both got sex change. It was some weird conundrum, and they adopted a little girl.
It's perfectly okay for a trans child to dance in a gay bar. Like, well, come on.
His name is Desmond.
Like when they want little kids to get sex changes.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I think it was like Desmond's parents. They wanted him to get the operation. The doctor was even like, "I don't think we should do that."
Yeah.
Like that's sad to say because doctors will usually do that shit. They're like, "Oh, well, see, I can refer you to the surgeon. I'll get probably 10% of that."
It's and I agree with you. It's not if you are of grown up age and you feel like you want to do something different with your life, go for it. But if a young child, you have a young child, like, come on, grow up. Grow up, then do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you're
why do we need an operation though? Like, what does that doesn't even make you feel anything? They chop off your.
You know you haven't done it.
Yeah, they chop it off and they do not get the feeling of orgasm anymore. From what I've
that
understood.
Sucks.
And,
that fucking sucks.
No,
that's a deal breaker.
Why would you do that? Just go take your penis down with some duct tape and paint it.
Just paint it.
Or put
bits.
Or put a fake pair of pants on, so it looks put a pocket pussy in there.
I mean, there's nothing wrong.
Put a fake pair of suspenders on and put a pocket pussy.
The loss of orgasm, that's way too much.
And that's
way.
And that's where they're that's why a lot of people are like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
That might be a miss because they don't tell you. It's like when you hear about transfer, you're like, oh, they're probably just, I think the women can still get it, but men because of the the bits and
What bothers me is when I know this personally, when you're a child, you're developing, you're growing up. You have fucked up thoughts and you think things that aren't legit. I thought so many fucked up things when I was young.
I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid.
I wanted to be Napoleon.
Yeah.
My parents thought I was gay, well, they're entirely wrong, but I'm kidding. But you see, the thing is, it's even your parents think fucked up things about you because they don't know what you are and you don't know, so you're reflecting and exhibiting things that aren't entirely you.
Let's do that airlock, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go make sure.
Yeah.
If there's a contagion that breaks out, we'll be safe.
It's like the Tesla, in the Model X, they have a mode that's
I need to go test
apocalypse
mode.
The windshield's really cool.
That might actually not hate.
Yeah, that's the one SUV I don't hate either. But it's got this mode that gives you pure air. I forget what they call it. Let me look this up because I'm actually genuinely.
Well, the Tesla guy called me up again. He's like, "Oh, hey, you want to go test drive another car?" Yeah, sure. Why not? I have nothing else to do. I need them to go and install the solar panels.
Oh yeah, did they update you on that recently?
I don't know. He left a message and I didn't have a chance to view it.
Yeah.
Tesla Model XXX have some strippers in the back, robot strippers.
Well, you know what they were trying to do? They were trying with all the models to spell sex. But the Model E was already copyrighted.
X?
They should. I don't know why they didn't do that, but
we've got strippers with a cocaine dispenser in the front.
That's an option. That's an option.
Optional.
It's a bundle.
Yeah.
The XXX bundle. What do they call it? They might not say on the site.
Why don't they just make a Model EX?
We're not going to do that.
The Model EX will be the economy special.
It's a Kiss song.
Yeah.
Let's put the X in sex. Okay,
fine. If they keep making,
so you're telling me I'm the only Kiss fan in this room?
Yes. Sorry. I never got into Kiss for some reason. I can't fucking find it, but it was one of those cool things that Tesla does.
A lot of cool things.
Yeah, they do.
Who's this?
Let me just type air.
Wrestler over here. Let's go Wrestler.
Bioweapon defense. That's it.
Yeah,
he calls it bioweapon defense mode.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fucking
that's
Chad.
If you're driving through Cincinnati or something, and just the smog, or Pittsburgh, and just you just don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah, let's put the bioweapon defense mode in here.
Yeah, it's an air filtration mode that gives you pure air in the cabin.
Well, see,
that'd be useful in China. That's perfect for China.
Yeah, that's probably what they're planning on. But they need to make it easier to go and I don't know, drive tanks around. I think that they should fix that up. Because you can get them, but I'm kind of confused. I need like a it's like CDL for
Our country is overpopulated with cars as is. You want to throw a tank in there?
Yeah. Or to crush all those
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, for the cyclists.
Ooh, can we crush cyclists?
That's what the tanks are for. Why don't they make a tank? They should make like a tank just with some treads on there. It'd be really useful in the winter months over here.
I can see listeners now going, "Oh, this is weird." They're like talking about like running cyclists over. And
Yeah.
stuff. What's going
Well, see,
on?
we're not on the radio, so we can talk. Well, I mean, we talk about it on the radio a couple
Yeah.
times. Said some mean things about cyclists.
Might have to add some things out. But yeah. So the other thing I put it on here because like it did remind me of like snowflake culture. No pun intended.
I don't think I'd ever be a cyclist though, because
No, I can't.
the if for any reason it's the attire. Like
No,
see
I
those
don't
bikers,
do. Yeah, don't do
see
that.
those bikers in that like weird attire, with those
Tight.
serious nut crushing shorts.
Oh
like,
yeah, like if you do cycling,
They make
long
gel
term,
for that.
it hits your nutsack and it can cause infertility. If you do cycling long term.
Fuck that.
There's probably the soy they
that's
can
too
eat
much.
over there. It's just,
I mean, look, Lance Armstrong only had one nut. Okay, so we're
You only need one, right?
By the way, I don't even know if he only had one nut.
I think he did.
I think he did. I think he did.
It's probably
We'll
how
have
he,
to fact
maybe
check
that's
that.
where he like hid his drug
Yeah,
usage.
just
Like,
stuck
Again,
it
we'll
up
suck in the
we'll have a
testicle.
listener going, I'm going to Snopes and I'm going to see if it's actually true.
Watch
Just
Snopes
vote
says
out.
that's homophobic. It must not be true. So the other thing that happened here in this college vicinity is that we had classes closed because it's too cold.
Bunch of pussies.
Yeah, that's what I think. Now I understand that roads could freeze, but the days they canceled, the roads were fine. I
You wanna
think.
talk about
It's like, okay, so you had two of the days that were canceled were okay. I mean, you probably could have had
It's
classes.
manageable.
It was definitely manageable. And then the days we had school in between were like, oh, it feels like -17. I'm like, what are you doing? What kind of stand? Like you're in wildly
drunk.
inconsistent. Like dude woke up, probably peeked out the window. I'm not going to school.
I'll see. Back in my day when I still went, like they only canceled I think one day at
Once.
main campus. Like at my branch campus, they canceled like every day. There was like a slight drizzle. Like okay, let's not cancel school. There's a little bit of snow. Okay, like 5 snow days in 1 year. And then like I think there's only once where they ever canceled it. And then the one day beforehand. The day they ended up canceling was like nothing because like the day before they didn't cancel and it was like there was ice on the road. I was like people were ice skating on the sidewalks. I was
So it
driving
was
to school.
icy.
It was actual ice and they still
Yeah.
had school.
Yeah.
They still had school that day and they're like, oh maybe
Maybe we fucked up.
Let's
And
try
now
not to do that.
they've canceled I think classes every year I've been here, which is totally extremely rare. That never happens. But I'm just pissed off because people on the Tuesday were signing a petition to cancel classes on Tuesday, which was a perfectly fine day. It snowed for like 2 hours in the morning. It was sunny for the rest of the day. It wasn't even icy or slippery. Why are we being such a bunch of fucking pussies here? We're in Pennsylvania.
You're paying $100 per class
It's
to
expensive.
go to school.
Yeah.
And then you want to go cancel that shit. Why do you why do you want to go?
Yeah. If you don't want to go to class, don't go on a normal day. You don't have to
Oh
go.
no, some of these teachers are assholes. They're like, oh, you skipped class, we're going to go document the point. I hate those professors. Like, let people skip class if they want to. It's their $100. You don't need babysit these kids unless there's like a group project and you're being a dick to someone and be like, oh, I'm not going to come to school at all. Because I had some people like that and then they just drop the class.
Yeah.
But like, that would kind of piss me off when like, the professor's like, oh, we're going to take attendance today. Let's see, you're here. Oh, I don't know if he was here. Oh, he's in the back. Okay.
I wish people could see your face.
Put him over here.
Yeah, I know. I get that. But it's like, I'm just sick and tired. Like,
They treat you like little kids, the professors.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an adult. You're
You feel
legally an
baby.
adult. Like, that's what the university does. It treats you like little kids. Oh, we can't have any alcohol on campus even if you're 21.
I should agree with that.
We can't have guns. We
I
can't.
disagree with that.
We can't have smoking because it's bad for you.
I
Oh
should
no,
agree with that.
you're little kids. Well, because we have to go give you free tampons. 'cause
It's
you're little
everybody's
kids.
there. It's everybody's there. So no
I'm
smoking.
sorry.
Well, my problem is
Yeah.
people, we're trying to, like, get rid of that. Oh, we're not Generation Snowflake. We're not touchy. And then, like, oh, it's too cold to go outside.
Oh my god!
Ah!
I had to go to work
Go
when
the
it was
fuck
like
up.
that. I was like going 1 mile an hour and I was still slipping on ice. Plus hair on your chest.
It does.
It's like
For
drinking.
me, I could definitely use that, considering my past driving experiences.
So you need to go and start drinking. Put hair
No,
on your
I
chest,
don't
too.
need to start drinking.
You know, go and get that. What's that? What's that shit they sell at the frat basements?
Why are you asking me
Vlad.
that
That's what you need.
question?
Just start drinking straight Vlad. I'll put some hair on your chest. See, there's no hair over here except for on the head. It's a problem.
Yeah, there is no hair though. Well, it's also my genes. My genes, as
Oh,
we talked
bullshit.
about on last
That's
show.
You need to go and start drinking coffee black. You need to start drinking.
And black
Liquor
coffee is
straight.
awful.
You have to deal
It's
with it.
bitter.
Oh no, it's bitter.
It tastes
Generation
terrible.
snowflake right here, folks.
I'm sorry, I like drinking things that taste
You
good.
need to drink
Yeah,
black
see, he's
coffee
on his second
and
mount like
goddamn
Red Bull
moonshine.
over here. Putting hair on your chest.
Yeah, but he likes energy drinks. I don't.
Well, you need to go and
I tried Indian food today.
Well, that won't put hair in your chest. That'll make your ass
We're
smell
trying
fun.
new things. We're trying new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've been
Maybe.
trying coffee multiple times. It's just,
You have to deal with it. It's not something that you like. It's like liquor.
but you don't need it. You don't need
It's
alcohol.
like, well, yeah, you don't need it, but it makes things fun sometimes.
And it's like,
Alcohol.
I
doesn't.
like it. Like, see, I'm drinking coffee. Yeah, I got a skinny vanilla latte at Starbucks. It's very
yeah,
nice.
pretty much that's what we got you that one time.
Yeah.
What was that? That iced coffee was actually good.
They would give you the frappuccino or something. That's like not even. That's like a milkshake. And
Oh, see now it's just a
Yeah.
milkshake.
That's pretty much what it is. It's not even like a real thing, but
Is it?
it's a step in the right direction, kind of.
Yeah. There are very few things in my life that are going in the right direction right now. Hopefully that will be one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how good a quality this audio is going to be for this show, but I'm already having a better time than I did last week. I got to be honest. Got to be honest. Like, look, I mean, this is.
You get strange people walking by.
Yeah,
I guess you
it's
have
like,
other
yeah,
people
whatever.
over
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
If we edit that part out for the context, somebody's like looking for their charger in this room.
here.
Yeah.
We'll cut that out.
Well, a lot of
Do the
podcasts
Cutco
do
cut.
that. The Cutco cut.
You should probably keep going back on there so they can cut more shit.
I know. I have to cut stuff from the beginning. cut stuff
Okay,
from the end.
that's too meta.
Yeah, it's too meta.
Let's
Anyway.
talk about speaking of cuts. That's right. That's right up next. Our favorite. We already did talk about Cutco.
Yeah, I
Did
know.
we talk about our salesman? No, I
We
guess
did briefly, yeah.
We
We
did
told him how
talk
he was trying to.
Well, no,
he said
no,
Cutco brings people out of poverty.
Well, no, there's a cult. Like the people in
It
it.
is,
You
they're
say a single thing
aggressive.
against them, they get.
I have been harassed by Cutco merchants for speaking out against the great almighty Cutco. It's like fucking Scientology.
Yeah, it's like the gents are like, oh, you gotta drink
So
that
we're probably
Kool-Aid,
going to get
man.
some nasty grams for this.
Yeah, the
yeah,
comment
yeah.
section.
Yeah, the Cutco like employees.
I love it.
are
I love
calling
it. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love it.
Me
like
too.
if you're gonna write negative comments about it, bring it.
Yeah, I agree.
Bring it. How do you think Howard Stern got famous?
Yeah.
So many people that didn't
Howard
like
got
him
famous.
watch him. Like,
Yeah.
go,
Gotta do.
please.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, we gotta do more edgy stuff, like get provocative.
Yeah, but
We
speaking,
might as well. We have this window until we get back on.
It's like 5 shows or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'd always thought you could do shit on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I like the radio.
Well, the radio's got
Right.
benefits and there's disadvantages of it too, because you can't be too crazy. But anyways, it's still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah,
oh
we're-
yes, there we go. I saw it slowing down. And I was like, uh oh. But anyways,
Professional
speaking
staff
of
here.
your favorite race of people, Asians, Ian Miles Cheong, he's been doing some naughty things.
First off, who is he and what's the story? Because I got to be honest, I don't even know who the hell Ian Miles Chong is. So
So way back in the day, for like 2012, 20 something or other, there was something called Gamergate that was going on. I don't know if
Okay.
you heard of that.
yeah, I heard of Gamergate.
So he was originally like a feminist, and he was writing for I think it was Kotaku or Polygon or something.
Okay.
And then he changed sides, and Sargon of Akkad did this whole video on him, like, oh, we should accept his apology. Well, no, the fuck we shouldn't have, Sargon. You're fucking wrong with this. Because lately he's been harassing an ex-business partner of his named Andrew Worski, and he does this YouTube thing. He is famous for like having Sargon versus Richard Spencer on there. After they kind of went, he's had a little bit of habits involving cocaine, some other things, but he's a pretty interesting guy. He recently tried to get into a fight with paraplegic Indian guy. I think I'm not really sure. He's not actually Indian. Tonkasal. He's another host. They used to be friends, but not. And then he challenged him to a fight. But anyways, they were supposed to be business partners, and Ian Miles Cheong tried to go and get a hold of the company because it was 50-50. And as soon as, like, he tried to go and change the passwords, and then they had a manager, and the manager was like, no, fuck this. And then the Ian Miles Cheong basically tried to dox him. He doxed him. He sent out his IP address to other people. They were DDoSing him, and then he swatted him. And this guy lives in Malaysia, and he also changed the thumbnails of all their YouTube videos to gay pornography to go and try to get the YouTube channel shut down. And yeah, he's been outed for doing all this recently.
Like, okay, so my thing is, like, we're doing this thing for pretty much for fun. Like, this is a good time. It's just three people, you know, give or take one or two. We're just shooting the shit, you know? We're having a good time. And, like, but there's people that go on here and they generally try to get money off of this thing and try to use it as a living, you know, and whatever. And you're trying to, I don't know. It's like I have a problem regardless of whatever you did agree or disagree with. Like if you're personally attacking somebody and trying to mess up their method to like earn a living, like I have a problem with that.
Like I just hate doxing in general. Like
yeah.
there is very, very, very few times, like unless it's confirmed they're like a pedophile or something, I would never dox someone and then put it on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Especially over like them making a mean video about you. Like who the hell cares if someone says something mean about you on the internet? Unless they're doxing you first. Unless they're like doing something else that will negatively affect you. Why go and try to swat them? And it was great because the guy was in Canada, so the Canadian version of swatting, they just had two investigators go knock on the door. Oh, hey, can I go and take a look inside? Oh, sure. Okay. Well, we heard a call that you had cocaine and firearms. Oh, well, we didn't find any here, so yeah, sorry about that. Just go and probably snort some maple syrup. I don't know what they do in Canada. Probably fuck beavers.
Or they have like Crowder did a joke the other day where it was like, I forget who was fucking like a
Viagra
moose.
Falls or whatever it is.
No, it was like something where like I forget who was fucking a moose, and then Justin Trudeau was watching. Oh, what?
A Muslim.
All of people kind are now scared that you said Justin Trudeau.
Oh, Justin from Canada.
Well, like, really, what does Canada do?
Oh, you little youper! You want to go get Tim Hortons, eh?
What the hell does Canada
God.
do? Like, it's just like such a useless like area. Like, people are probably nice up there, but like, what do they do in the grand scheme of
Oh
things?
my God, it's so cool.
What do they do in the grand scheme of things? Like their country, they just kind of sit over here. It's like, I don't know, like Finland or something. But at least Finland has a history.
Then Canada does have like a lot of beautiful spots. I've been up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like West Virginia. Have you ever been to West Virginia? It's beautiful. The people.
Nah.
You know, yeah.
It's like, well, at least something's beautiful over here. And the cigarettes are cheap. And the everything.
Great.
Like we were just riding stereotypes for everything there was, you know. Like
yeah, we're going all out.
Look, have you ever talked to a girl from West Virginia?
I did.
Oh my God.
I did. My ex used to live. She had a relative who lived in West Virginia. We went over there. She's like, "Oh, you need to help can you come and help my aunt move out of her house?" Oh, sure. I go over there. Her aunt's a hoarder, and I'm like, "Oh, well, thank you for telling me about this." We go in the house. You know, this lady's probably 350 pounds. It smells like if you've been to like a porta potty, like put your face in a porta potty.
Oh my God!
That smell times 50. Like, if someone was like farting right in your face, like your nose was in their butthole, and they farted, it would not be as bad as that like house smelled. There was grass growing in the basement. She was shitting in like in the bucket. And it was like I had to go move this stuff out, and I tried to go move out a treadmill. And this lady 350 pounds, so I was like, oh, this will probably be something easy to get rid of because she's never used this. She's about to go and swing at me. I was like, oh, and it pretty much is like that. We go and try to move something, she gets all pissy, and then we just left. And I was like, okay, so I wasted my whole day driving to West Virginia, and then we go to McDonald's, and I hate McDonald's. It makes my ass like disgusting. I don't even eat there. I went there once, and they had a chicken McNugget, and there is a bite taken out of it, and I was like, sir, there's a bite taken out of a chicken McNugget. Can you do something about this? And they just gave me 2 more. I was like, okay, I'll accept this now, but I'm never going back here again. For the most part, I've stayed pretty true to that. I've never I've wavered a couple times. I'll buy coffee from
Like
there.
you got sweet and sour sauce, and the peel thing is already like peeled open.
Well, there's a bite
What
taken
the
on
hell?
a fucking chicken nugget. Like I was like, no, I ain't dealing with that. But no, I go over there and I see like there was two girls. One of them looks, like she's, playing for the other team, working for Rug Doctor. You know what I mean? And then the other one looks probably more manly than me. And I'm just like, oh, this is a beautiful country air over here. They're probably both related.
No, you want to start something? I'll kick your ass, bitch.
Like, geez,
I'm not playing any games.
Like they say these judges at West Virginia, probably it's true. Like, and I looked at her house and looked at her neighbors, and they're all probably fucking hoarders.
My Paul tells me I'm the best kisser in the entire family.
Oh god.
What is like? I mean, I bet there's some pretty nice people in there, but I've never.
There are
seen
nice people everywhere,
Yeah.
and there are fucked up people everywhere.
Like, see, I would live in West Virginia, but like, I just don't know if I could. Like, they'd probably get no internet over there. Probably have to go and deal. Like, I had a neighbor, like, I had a buddy of mine at work. He lives in West Virginia, commutes, and he had a neighbor who's like the son of the. I don't know, it was like the governor or something or whatever the hell the area they were at. Mm-hmm. And he would go and like screw up his yard, he'd like cut things in the property, eventually caught him. And like he's just been like dicking around like that, and he had to go and like tell him, you do this again or I'll shoot you in the face or something. Like it got down to that. It was like some shit you'd see in Dukes of Hazzard. That's like West Virginia for you. And their roads, you want to go and make fun of PA roads, it's just like it's a whole new world over there.
It's just like dirt.
Yeah, and it's terrible. Like, I had to do that once. I was driving down to my uncle had a property over there. It was like a timeshare or something. It was this vacation-y place. It was like a log cabin. I don't know why the hell he owned this, but I think someone died and he got gifted it. Who does that shit?
You're better off buying swampland in Florida.
No, it was like 2 hours. We ain't even that far away from Virginia. It was like a good 2 hours out, and it was like at this lake place. Like, oh, it's so cool. But then we'd go down there. They had this place called fucking Copperhead Road. It was so bad they made a song about it. And it's pretty true to that. There was some guy, I'm pretty sure, making some moonshine up over there.
Oh my god!
It was like, oh god! And I started hearing like a ta-tong, like, oh no. I thought my tire was fucked. Apparently, it wasn't. Me and my grandfather tried to go and.
My grandfather, no.
My grandfather and I were doing.
You're speaking like a West Virginian now.
We were doing some work on the car. We did the tire rotation, and he had this little air device that would do it for me, and it didn't work very well. So the tire was about an inch away from falling off the car, and I was like, oh, well, thankfully I don't have to go get a whole new tire.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't know. Fucking West Virginia.
We've just been beating West Virginia.
Yeah, this thing is this horse is beyond dead.
Well,
Yeah.
there's places in PA too. Like, we've been to Delta, Pennsylvania.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that place is pretty bad.
I
I think the cops are afraid of Delta. I used to know some sketchy people out over
Have
there.
you been to Philly?
Oh God! Well, see, that's a different type of sketch.
I know, but
It's
I'm
like
saying, have you
I've
been
been to fucking Baltimore over here. Like, I've seen some shit over there. They didn't have firecrackers, just hear gunshots going down. There'd be the helicopter coming around looking for escaped inmates and runaways from the police.
Well,
We had the DC sniper over there. It's just like I was going to school. Read 1 year, it's like, oh shoot, they had 9/11. Then the next year, like, oh shoot, we have some guy shooting people from the back of their car, and they like hidden in there. Like, oh, we can't catch a break over there. I was like, thank God I got out of here.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult to own a gun in Maryland and D.C. What's going on?
I think the guy was from I forgot. I was listening to this on the way over here. I think the guy was from another state. But yeah, like my brother, like he lived in Maryland for a time. He tried to get a gun there, and he was like, it'd probably be easier to buy a house than to buy a gun in Maryland. It depends on what type of gun you want. This was before they made the laws even harder, because you had to do I think a 30-hour training class, and you go and wait 30 days. It's just like, it should be in the Bible, 30 days and 30 nights is just to get a gun. Geez.
You know what's funny is because I live near Philly, and Philly's pretty bad, but I haven't run into anything bad there because when we have to on a rare occasion go there, we drive through very quickly. But the neighborhoods there are extremely rough, run down, ratty, dirty, disgusting.
It's kind of like
scary.
metropolitan. It's kind of. There's nice parts of Philly,
Where?
and then there's parts. There's parts where
That's not real Philly.
There's parts where you go into a back alley.
Yeah.
And
Drexel's not that great either.
all of a sudden, Wally, you asshole bitch.
Yeah.
See,
But actually,
if you get your license to conceal a fire, or
then
carry a
I'll
fire,
go into Philly.
Yeah.
I'll feel much safer. But and if I bulletproof glass in my car. But what's funny is the one place I did see some crazy, sketchy, scary shit was in Las Vegas, actually.
Well, that makes sense too. That's
I know, Las Vegas. People think, oh, I want to go to Las Vegas, such a cool place. Me, I hated that
there's so much
fucking
casinos
place.
in there. What do you think's gonna happen?
It
was a city made by
Remember what I
monsters.
told? Remember what I said about the casinos, all the nasty stuff that's around there at the distance.
And they have legalized prostitution about it too. So it's just like, oh, nothing to go
well,
wrong.
the thing is like when you see it in the movies, you always see that at night when the scum is hidden and the lights are all pretty. But when you go there during the day, it's like first of all it's hot. It's like 100.
You're in the desert.
I know, but people don't think of this. It's like it's super hot. It was I think 115 when I was there, and it just looks like a cheap movie set.
Yeah.
That's degenerate as fuck.
What do you expect in Sin City?
I didn't know it is Sin City. But the thing is, at night when we were walking out on the strip, just like in the regular area, like where normal people were, I legit saw a girl and a guy do a drug trade. And she just, all I saw was this packet she took and she shoved it down her tits.
Oh, I saw that happen outside my house, like when I used to live in.
Yeah, but you live in like a place where the school has like teachers that like fuck their kids and
That's everywhere in America.
Not at my school.
No, this was like a year ago when I used to live in Pittsburgh.
You live in the
There was a what you call it? We had an apartment complex, and there was some sort of charity thing. It was like a YMCA or it was like a Salvation Army, something like that. And they'd have these like inner city kids programs, and you'd see the parents out there doing drug deals like every day.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in the normal world.
And then we
Your
had
school was the most like redneck.
This was last year. This wasn't when I was a kid. This was last year.
Oh, it's gotten better, I see.
No, back in my time we didn't have that shit. I mean, we had like a thought from our school who banged the principal of the middle school.
See, this shit doesn't happen.
Oh yes, it does. Look in the news. Like every other day, some hot teacher.
My school.
I bet they probably did.
You
probably
grew up
didn't hear
in
about
the
it.
strangest area.
It was only once, and we had some guy shoot
Only
us.
once.
That was about it. I mean, I had a pretty decent childhood. Our neighborhood was supposedly
yeah, you had
pretty
kids
nice.
that showed up at the class high.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, they've only diddled. Hey, the teacher only diddled one child.
Yeah, just
okay?
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
she was an adult when they got caught. So
Oh, great.
well, he was a good math teacher. He used to teach me some things.
Oh, I bet he did teach you something.
Well, no, he was straight.
Okay. What are the
I
odds?
wasn't implying, but okay.
What are the odds this thing actually stays on YouTube?
Yeah, it's pretty high. It's just good
went,
material.
we just went all over the place.
I see you got to do some cutting.
Cutco cutting.
But
Yeah.
what's the bring up
The last thing was
Shogunah.
What?
I don't know.
The last thing I
Jewish today. Where's
Shalom.
my yarmulke?
Well, the last thing that was on there was like about the Super Bowl, but I didn't know what to talk about that
there's
because
a Super Bowl.
I forgot that was on
didn't even-
Sunday.
yeah,
I think the Patriots play again, so they're probably
They're
gonna be
gonna
deflating
win.
balls. I don't know.
I've
Hey, who the
stopped.
fuck does that? Who's just like, oh, I'm gonna go deflate a ball? That's
It was actually less effective. That's
well, like,
just
why
dumb
would you
about.
go through the effort of deflating a fucking ball just to go and do that, and you knowing that there's a good chance they'll get caught for this maneuver?
Did you hear about the kid that like won the science fair by talking about how Tom Brady's a cheater or something like that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was an article like, oh, little boy wins science fair for labeling Tom Brady as a cheater. Like,
Oh, I hated the science fair when I was a kid. Like, I think the most interesting thing I did was like one of those Newton's cradles where it hits the little balls.
Yeah, explain balls.
Only in the science fair.
funny.
Well, did anything else happen that I haven't talked about? Because like,
I mean, I've just been.
not much has really happened, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
of all the
been
times for us to
reason-
get kicked off air, this is a good time.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been like what was
We
going
got-
on right now in the Trumposphere.
Well, there are those like abortion laws that aren't going to pass.
That is some great. Did you see the New York thing where they're allowing?
Yeah,
That one
Yeah.
did pass, I
Yeah.
Well, it's
think.
New York, and they
crazy.
play in the Empire State Building. It's like, yay, women's free to kill babies now. Woo!
I'm pretty tolerant I'm pretty tolerant when it comes to like abortion opinions.
as a
like
man-
if you're gonna have it, like I'm saying, if you're gonna have, I'm not really like
Well, as a
pro
man,
abortion,
what
but
can you do as a
I
man?
can tolerate somebody talking about, hey, I like if somebody's like, hey,
Like a week
maybe
out.
we should like have like a couple months out or something like that. I'll at least engage in conversation. But when you're talking about like New York, where they're
Third
like
trimester.
third trimester abortions, like, are you out of your
I think
mind?
third trimester is like I thought third trimester was when you could.
Like,
get
I said that on
Don't
air, I got in
versus
trouble.
Wade.
Like, yeah, they don't.
That's
How do they
versus
kill?
Wade, you can
Like
do
like
anywhere.
the third term abortions. That's really like it's like gets real graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
a little baby over. They don't care.
It's like
You know, you can kill a fucking baby, but you know, you get a rapist in the prison, you get a mass murderer. Can't kill him because that would be offensive and that'd be terrible. But this little baby over here, there it goes.
Well, to be fair, this law wasn't because some people were saying like the minute after the baby's born you could kill it. That's not what was happening entirely. With this
Entirely.
law.
I'm just saying, you had to phrase it
Well,
like that. You know, you're not
Tomato, tomato, whatever, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the point? Like, you know, you should probably have an abortion before. Like, if you're gonna have an abortion, like, yeah, I don't like abortion, but as a man, there's nothing I can fucking do anyways. You know, girls like, oh, you know, if the boy wants an abortion, oh, it's my body, my choice. If a girl wants to keep it, my body, my choice. It's like you have no choice as a man. No matter what happens, you're fucked. That's the way. If you have money, the girl's like, oh, I'll keep the baby, even though I said I'd abort it. You know, the opposite will happen too. I mean, it's
Okay,
bullshit.
this is what the law was. I
have no voice in this. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
if
like
you're a
abortion.
man.
I don't like abortion. I'd prefer them not to do that, and I would hope they not to have abortion. But I'm not gonna be able to do anything anyways.
yeah.
I agree, but I mean, like for the discussion, I can at least be like, okay, like if you want, like, but not
Like
there's a line. There's a line for me, and it's like the third trimester. That's
It's
horrific.
way too much.
That's horrific.
And most Americans think that you shouldn't get abortions then. You know, it's not a crazy radical
Yeah.
stance. But what this law was doing was that normally there was like a 24-week cutoff, like if your health was threatened, you couldn't have an abortion.
Right.
But this law is just changing it so that after 24 weeks, if their health is threatened, the mother, or the fetus isn't viable, that you can get an abortion.
Mhm.
Now, I understand that, and that's a lot of gray area. I get that.
Yeah.
My personal stance on abortion that I've evolved to, because I used to not have a stance,
Yeah.
and I've evolved to the point of after, I think it's 10 weeks is when you hear a heartbeat. 10
Mhm.
weeks when the heartbeat is, you know, you can hear it.
Yeah.
After that, no way. To me, that's a life. If there's a heart, which is the core of your body, that's a life.
Just wear a fucking condom. Take a fucking pill.
Yeah. This
Like,
is
why-
what I
why-
get
why
pissed
does
off.
that to get
Keep
to the
your
abortion?
bloody pants on, as I
Well, no, like,
famously
there's
said.
so
I mean,
many
people
ways.
want to have fun, and that's great and all.
Well, you have
But,
so many
like-
options to go and protect against the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
99 options, and then you just want to go for the most drastic
Or take a
one.
morning after pill.
Yeah, that
or
works
Yeah.
too.
something like that. Like, yeah.
That's kind. I mean.
Yeah, but
even
according to
then-
some Catholics, that's abortion.
Well,
Yeah,
the morning
'cause
after,
people are
the morning
autistic.
after pill's a little
But
bit.
I mean, I'm saying there's so many
Like
things you can
$40.
do.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Before you get to the third trimester.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
But
yeah.
third trimester is what, like, how many months out? 6?
Yeah, it's a while.
9? I mean,
I think
fuck.
6, 9.
How long did it
trimester,
take you
that's
to
the thing.
take you to decide? You know,
Well,
and
like, how do they determine like when they can go in and do this? Like, who says like with these laws? Like, at what point is it okay versus not? Like, it just keeps going on. Like, they have no real way
because
of
we
saying-
don't know.
Well,
we
they,
really
they don't have
can't.
any sort of set in stone. The only ways that you could really say that's like objective is either at conception or at
my
birth.
thing
And
is
that's
Yeah.
fucked up. a lot.
another thing. I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but whatever. Like, does the behavior not of a pregnant woman not matter? You know, at what point? Because during a pregnancy they go through hormonal changes, going through like chemical stuff and
yeah.
stuff like that. You're telling me that doesn't alter the way that a person thinks and decides?
Well, they
and,
probably
like,
don't like it. Like, oh, it's making me fat. I don't want to do
like,
that. Or like, oh, it's making me a bitch. My boyfriend wants me to be aborted. Okay.
Well, that's what pisses me off about all these abortion activists. Is every time they talk about it, they sound as the most selfish
Oh,
people in the
it's
world.
all about me.
They're like, oh, but it's my body. I'm like, what about the fucking body that's inside
It's
you?
not your body anymore,
It's so
bitch.
fucking
You got
selfish.
a fucking baby in there. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Even here's the other thing. Even if you don't consider a life at, let's say, 24 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, you are still preventing a pregnancy from happening. That's objective.
I If you get an abortion, you're not preventing a pregnancy, you're ending a pregnancy.
Well, that's the same difference.
Oh, no.
Well, ending,
Tomato, tomato.
Oh, sorry, prevent. I see what you mean by preventing
I was
ending.
like, you
But,
can
yeah,
prevent getting
ending.
AIDS, you can't,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you're still ending a pregnancy. A pregnancy is not going to happen now. Even if you consider life or not, a pregnancy is not going to happen. So let's think of it that way, at least.
Well,
You know?
there's so many options. Why do they just need to go choose the most stress?
Because people are stupid.
Well, like, I mean,
putting it out there.
It's fun to have fun. Condoms are like a shit, but they're useful, to prevent pregnancy. No one likes them except for when they don't have to deal with this shit.
Well, I would want. You know my stance on this Catholicism.
I mean,
shit, but like, I would wonder how many of not necessarily abortions, but maybe pregnancies that didn't intend to happen to Catholics. Because I've heard some stories of this happening, and I'm like, we need to change our culture in some regards of.
Well, the idea is if you're Catholic, you shouldn't be being a fucking thought. You shouldn't be having sex outside marriage. That's in the fucking Bible.
But sex builds intimacy with people. It's a good thing.
Well, yeah,
but they're saying, like,
if you want to be a good Catholic,
if you want to use Catholicism, like
you
want to
should
use
not
the
be
Bible.
having sex before marriage.
Exactly.
That's no fun.
Of course, yeah, I mean,
they shouldn't be having sex before marriage. So if they're having sex before marriage,
we can't even have we can't even have a legitimate conversation because we have like I'm talking from a political spectrum.
Oh yeah,
because you have two extremists.
Yeah.
Where you have you have the liberal side where it's basically let's
fuck everything.
Let's we can end it even up to the day it's born.
Like, let's do it a day after, the morning after.
And then
the day after.
That's it. And then you have the other side. Well, if you're pregnant from the moment that it happens. Which,
well, I knew somebody.
I just can't do anything. I'm fucked either way because it's not going to be my decision 9 out of 10 times.
And that's true too. But I mean, I'm saying if you're like
how fucked up is that? If you and your wife are like, oh, we're having a baby. And then your wife's like, oh, well, see, I don't like you so much, so I'm going to go and divorce you, have an abortion, then go with Johan or something. And then there's nothing you as a man could do about that situation, even though you both agreed to have that child.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
But if a woman, like a woman could go and do whatever the hell she wants, and there's nothing a man could do other than, just kind of sit there and be like, yep.
I'm going out with a new an Italian boyfriend now. Oh, really? What's his name? It's me, Mario.
Well, you can't do anything as a guy, so it's just like,
You have no power. Whoa, wait,
you have no power here.
You have white male privilege, though.
What
the fuck are you talking about?
That's
you
right.
can stop it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the staircase? No, that's not a that's literally the only thing that a man could go and do that could stop a pregnancy would be illegal no matter what. And I'm fine with that being illegal because that's fucked up. But, like, I just feel that, like, if a woman has an abortion, I think the man should at least
have a say.
Have a little bit of a say in there.
Because who else has to raise the child? This is 50-50.
Well, if a man commits financial abortion, that's completely illegal. like Steve, if you both agreed you didn't want to have a kid, and then the woman has a kid, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I didn't want the kid, so I'm not going to be responsible anymore. It's your body, your choice, and so it's my money, my choice, and then boom, they go and get you in child custody.
Yeah, white male privilege goes out the door in a fucking child custody.
And then even if you don't get to see the child, you have to go and pay money for it. That's bullshit. 9 out of 10 times, she's going to end up getting more rights to go.
You hear about the case? You hear the case where the sperm donor, right? About the sperm donor.
Was he held liable?
No, he was held liable for child support. Yes. I forget what state.
Did nothing wrong.
It's got to be in California. Like I'm thinking it might have been in California, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But
yeah, wouldn't be doubtful of it.
Sperm donor. Chick got a sperm donation.
Yeah, it was like a lesbian couple.
Yeah,
they broke up.
As they always
do. She couldn't afford it, and then she went after.
Well, here's what happened. She tried to go after the government for child support or something or whatever, single mothers bullshit. They threw that out, and so then the government went after the guy. which is bullshit because he's a sperm donor. But I guess it shows this: don't be a sperm donor.
Yeah, it's risky.
I mean, it sounds like a fun idea to make a couple bucks, but think about it.
What you're signing on that paper,
You have no clue. What if you're?
But you're supposed to when you're giving up sperm, you're making a donation. You're like, one, you're supposed to be confidential. It's supposed to be if you want confidential, you're supposed to be confidential. And two, that's their decision. The family who's getting pregnant should be responsible for the child.
I just couldn't do that because, what if, who knows what's going to happen to your kid? What if they end up
getting the dude's getting a couple $100 for the sperm donation. Do you really think he's in a great financial position to be hooking that child up?
Well, some of them, they do hire, geniuses to be, and they pay them a lot of money. Like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, but those are specific firms. Those are, specific firms. We're talking, the sperm banks, the actual legit sperm banks where they're they take donations or whatever.
Well, I think that particular case, the man in question, he didn't go through a regular sperm bank. He was these two lesbians. They didn't want to go and pay $1,000 for in vitro or whatever the fuck it was, so they're going to go and pay me $50 to jack off in a can of baked beans or something.
What?
And then that happened. So
thanks for the visualization.
Yeah.
Some dude, a trucker stop.
Some dude spunking in a case of Bush's baked beans. Here you go, man.
Get a turkey baster.
Get a turkey baster and just jam it in there.
Works every time. Oh man!
That would just be so shit. What if your kids are becoming the two lesbian mothers and they end up becoming the next kid dancing in the gay club, who's 8 years old, trans boy, and then you go and see him. You go hook up at Ancestry.com. You find him as 20 years from now. He's this little kid, and it's just oh no. Or what if he's Hitler or something? I could have prevented this, but I wanted the $50.
Damn it!
Why did
my body, my choice.
Or let's say you're 6 years old and you find this hot girl and then you're about to get married and she's younger and you're oh, this is cool, and then you go and find out that's your daughter and you're ah!
It's a Game of Thrones level shit right there.
I think something like that happened to somebody.
Really?
I'm pretty sure something like that happened to
someone. Isn't there a bit of an age gap that you'd be aware?
Well, no, if you're an old man.
These were sugar daddies and shit?
No, yeah, if you're an old man, you don't want wrinkly people. Do you think that once you hit a certain age, it's oh yeah, wrinkles sexy? No, you want a young babe. Even if you're 80 years old. Oh, my uncle knows about this. He's chasing young poontang at 75, and he did some because he's got a lot of money.
Really? Oh, see, that's what he's chasing the poontang, and they're chasing
money or drugs. That's what gets them.
Yeah.
You just don't start to get attracted to old people. It's just oh yeah, Granny's gone wild. Oh, where's my Viagra? When you get older, you're I can deal with this.
How do you fuck when you're old?
Viagra.
No. I'm saying physically.
Viagra.
No, I'm saying moving. You're getting up on the bed and you're
Hold on a second.
It's
I gotta get this Cialis working.
I don't know what you're doing, but
it's crank out.
No, it's old people can't move well. They have back pain. They're getting on the bed. They're oh, my back.
A young girl, she can do all the work.
Hey there, pretty lady. I think this Viagra's finally working. I need you to hold this walker. Hold this walker.
Yeah, but
they're just gonna get on top.
But they can't do push-ups. So
that's why they had the girl get on top.
And then they're
oh, girl can do that shit. You bounce your ass off. Hopefully you won't break your hips, but. At that point, I'd rather die than doing that than just be sitting over there pissing in my diaper. That's what I'd rather deal with.
Oh, fuck.
My grandfather, my great-grandfather's 95 years old. I could see him. He's probably still able to get it. I don't think he gets any, but he's still walking around without a walker. And, if I'm not having sex or at least jacking off at that age, what's the point?
I think we should change the subject. But there's no other subject to change to, which is why I was in a conundrum. So.
Well, see, maybe you need to go and experience this when you need to go to the old folks home.
No, wait, what?
You go to the old folks home. Here's a sorority for old people.
I'm already working on it.
You get some experience.
I'm already working on it.
You level up right there, level 68 years old.
wait, so you level up to the age you fuck?
Over here, Sean. Pick up my titty off the ground.
Oh, I got a gumdrop over here.
Why does every podcast
lick it out?
Why does every fucking podcast go back to my relationship issues?
Because they're funny.
I mean, they are, but I'm just wondering.
Well, at least this isn't an issue. Like,
yes, it is. Well,
not going to the old folks' home.
Well,
see, I wonder if they had to pay you to go. What
if they don't, and I don't go to an old folks' home? What if I actually pursue people my age, like I'm trying to do here?
Well, you might get someone just like your first girl, a little bit older, so that she can teach you some new skills.
But this is what we're saying. Look, if you're striking out at in the major leagues. They're just gonna designate you for assignment in the minors, right? Give you a little bit more, you know.
No, don't say minor leagues. This is something else.
Yeah,
don't do that. That's a bad idea. Go to the old folks league.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Senior league.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. We need to clarify that.
Yeah, that was a little bit of.
I'm just gonna work on people my age. I already have things planned out that could work out.
Planned out, huh?
Yeah, I have a plan. I have a target in mind.
Oh, target? What's this now, like Columbine?
I'm not depressed. I don't wear a trench coat. No, I'm speaking very vaguely because I don't want to give any hints away. But I do have a target in mind of who I will be pursuing this semester.
That's like saying, "Oh, fucking atypical."
Whatever.
You keep joking I'm autistic, so are you surprised?
Oh my god, dude, that trench coat comment reminds me of the last time I went to the gun store.
Oh, wow!
I went over there and I was looking. I was about 21. I was looking for a concealed carry revolver, and he was like, see, this one's got 8 shots. It's .357. It's perfect at fitting your trench coat. I didn't have a trench coat. So I was like, oh, what the hell is going on over here?
Oh, man. So now we know where the fucking Pittsburgh shooter will be shopping from. Keep your eyes on that gun shop.
This was in, it was near Maryland.
Oh,
it wasn't in Maryland, but it was over there. Just like, it was some old boomer, too, so he's probably like, doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's probably putting pumped up kicks, too, in the shop, too.
I didn't see it that day. But,
funny story. My friend was filming, I think, the volleyball game here. And this was a few days after the State College shooting downtown. And in the music they were playing Pumped Up Kicks.
Did anyone notice?
My friend did. After I told him the real truth of that a few months ago. And so I was like, too soon. Like, that was a legit too soon. That's like a day after. I'm just saying. It was
I'm sorry we can't end it on pumped up kicks because we're not in a real fun.
That's true. Seat disadvantage.
Well, that is the one disadvantage over here.
Yeah. But, what was I going to say? Oh, something about girls, I think.
Oh, did you get one knocked up?
No, I thought something about girls. Oh, any advice? Because I thought we could have a segment for, like, relationship advice. Because you guys have the experience and are good at it. I'm not. So I would be not only beneficial to this, but our viewers, because I've had commenters
for your first
wondered about it.
You need to do the shotgun effect. Go talk to multiple ones at the same time until you take one. Like, you'll talk to 10.
It sounds really cliche, and everybody says it, but it's true. You have confidence in yourself. Like, look, you as a person, you've done things in your life. You have accomplishments. You have all this stuff. Just be confident in yourself. Be confident in what you're saying to other people, and
that's what Mikey tells me.
That's the big thing. Like, if you have confidence and you're heading in a positive direction or in a direction,
don't tell her about the incident.
About the virgin shake.
Don't do a fucking handshake again. This isn't a fucking job interview.
Yeah.
Did you know that story?
What? Which
he gave he took
on my first and only date.
He took a girl. He gave her a fucking handshake.
When I first met her.
Okay. That explains a lot.
Oh my god, did I get hired for what?
Yeah. I was like, hey, nice to meet you.
Because I got hired to be best friend.
I didn't know what to do. Like, hugging seems weird.
Executive supervisor of the friend zone.
Yeah. Oh my god, Jorah from Jorah in Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
You know how he's always trying to escape the friend zone?
Yeah.
I feel for him.
Yeah. You need to go and do that. You've been talking to the girl. You need to go and make it.
I know. I need to
let her know that you're not going to be her friend. You're going to be her lover.
Ooh.
You need to go and make that clear. You need to set the boundaries.
But yeah, there's a line. Don't be like, "We're going out, bitch. Get over there." No, come on.
How soon should that be done? Like, within the time of talking or meeting with them?
You're like, hey,
Like, is there a
do
point
you
of
get
no
her phone number
return?
yet? Do you get her phone number?
No.
All right, get her phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is there a point of no return? Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you
I mean-
want to strike relatively soon. You don't want to wait
Yeah.
too long. I give it like maybe a week, 2.
Because if you reach out some people want women want you to eventually.
Yeah, I know,
ask
that's
that.
true.
You have to
That's
show
true.
initiative.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true. That's true.
If not, then they're like, well, is he gay or something? Is he like?
Yeah, they're gonna
What's
think
going
that
on?
you're
Like,
not interested.
is
If
Okay.
you need to go and show interest,
I that's true. I get that.
you take them on a
Just have
date.
confidence, man.
That's the one thing I've learned.
Yeah.
Confidence can really accomplish
Yeah.
anything in life. It's
Yeah.
amazing how powerful confidence is.
You need to
Yeah.
take her on a date. First date, maybe you'll get kissed, maybe you won't. Second date, make sure you get the kiss. Third date,
No,
you can
I've
probably
never
get
done
more
that.
than that.
Well, how does that go
Depends.
down? That'll be the last thing we'll end
And
on.
you got to work on you, and you ultimately you got to work on you too. Like you got to be the best you that you can possibly be,
Mm.
right? Best you can possibly be, and people follow it. Right?
You make her
People
laugh,
just
but not
follow it.
at you.
And yeah, humor does work too.
Be
Yeah.
Except for-
confident.
Except for like crude adult humor. Then it's like you don't want to be on a date. It's like, hey, so I was banging this Spanish chick, right?
You guys have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean like can I curse? Is that accept or
It
probably
depends.
not?
I mean, with kids these days, probably. I don't know. It depends on the fucking person.
Yeah.
I don't know this lady you're talking about, so
Yeah.
you have to go and kind of feel it out. You need to experience. That's when you go and date a bunch of people. End of story. Don't have to go and bang them. You just have to go and at least take them out on the date so you can learn how to take people out on the date.
Which is why I did that first and only
It was
date.
your practice girlfriend.
Yeah, really well.
So
She wasn't a
atypical
girlfriend.
type, yeah.
No. She wasn't even
Practice
a girlfriend. Dude, she got friends. I got friends in the minute I met her. That wasn't even a girlfriend. That
Well,
was a date. It was just a
Yeah,
date.
Because you shook her hand.
I know.
That's what happens when you shake people's hands.
Well, so what should I do next time on a date? Should I just, even if I already know this person, do I just hug them?
You do the Christian hug thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, do the Christian hug. A little bit of space, and then the
Oh yeah, not
the bottom
tight.
area. Yeah, just simple.
You need to go and take them out somewhere nice, like Olive Garden.
Damn it, my
Just
wallet's
think of
gonna
them
be.
at work. I don't know. Maybe Indian pavilion, the Indian place.
Indian Pavilion. Well, I guess that's where we should end.
Yeah. This
Well-
is a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. This was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
We were pretty like free flowing too, like not a lot of structure, which was good, but
Yeah,
enough
that's
There's
structure.
gonna probably have to be a couple edits in here.
Yeah, there's gonna
Yeah.
be some edits, but we'll be back next week, hopefully in some shape or form.
Probably not on the air.
Not on the radio. That's
Oh,
gonna be a
definitely not.
while. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully our YouTube channel doesn't get shut down too.
I don't think it will. We didn't do anything bad, did you?
Yet.
Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with more real news.